Hi, how y'all doing? Saturday? What's the date today? So the second or the third? The 2nd of November, 2024. Had a, yeah, brain fart. Um, in Ontario, Canada, right now the skies are blue. It's cold out. Only about 4 or 5 maybe. It got cold overnight. There was clouds on the rising, right? Throughout the day, the weird ones that don't go anywhere and stick around for a couple hours and then they leave. Those ones, right? Oh, and I seen a blue jay in my tree yesterday too. Beautiful. Different shade of blue than the normal blue that I usually see. Kind of looked like a cardinal, but it was blue. Different, right? And plus the white and black woodpecker. I looked them up and they're both very good spiritual signs. So, messages from nature, right? From spirit. I don't have a lot to talk about today. The Schuman is 6 to 8, so it's not very high. Yesterday it was 12. So, yeah, my body's having a lot of icky sensations. It's just not very comfortable at all. I have not been able to get comfortable, lay down, sit. It's just a lot of tension in my body, right? My left wrist is on fire. It's just so icky. Just so icky, right? My spine, my back, everything, my legs, my feet. Not very comfortable. But I didn't do this video to complain. For that, those are my Ascension symptoms, right? And I noticed too in the last couple of days I've been seeing energy, white, something white over there goes by, over there, or up there. Happens throughout the day, even when I'm in bed at night. It'll catch my attention, a bright light will go by. So, spiritual. Not scary. There's no spookism. I don't subscribe to any isms, right? Like Buddhism, Hinduism, religiosism, Catholicism. None of it. There's no spookism, right? You know where they got werewolves from? The ancestors. Before, or when the invaders came here in the 1400s, Spanish conquistadors and their slaves, what they consider to be indigenous Native Americans now, right? Um, we had tribes that wore animal pelts, and it was our warriors, right? They put on a buffalo pelt with the horns and go into, that's how you would hunt them. You sneak up on them, right? You smell like them, you look like them. Same with wolves. And we must remember that back then people were a lot bigger than they are now. And so are the creatures, right? So there was tribes that wore wolves, right? That wore bears, not just feathers, right? And feathers were just for ceremony. They didn't wear that all the time, right? But we wore the pelts to hunt and to be camouflaged amongst our hunting parties and stuff like that. So when the invaders came and they were massacring our ancestors, there's a written history about it, right? And you're not taught in school about it. And they called us werewolves, the ancestors werewolves, because they wore wolf pelts, right? Because they couldn't figure out how these original people snuck up on them and fought back, right? And made mass casualties of them, the Spanish conquistadors, because they were melanated too. They were black too. They weren't white. They've whitewashed history, right? And so, yeah, that's where werewolves come from. And the vampires, where do they come from? Europe, Vlad the Impaler, right? They came here, what do we call them? Bloodsuckers. What do you identify that with? Dracula, vampires, right? So they put this all into the movies and everything to scare you all with spookisms, right? So, because you're a great creator, what you think of, you manifest, right? So they've had people scaring themselves for so long now, right? They really have, but it's time to wake up, right? It is. I did a meditation one time. I wanted to find out who I am, where did I come from, and how long have I been here, right? And so after my meditation, I seen a picture. I've done a video about this before of what I thought was a man with a headdress on. So I got my little book out and I drew a little picture of what I seen, and I was like, oh, it was a bear headdress. You know, he was wearing a bear pelt, and he had long hair, right? And I just, interesting, right? And I put it away. A couple days later, I take it out and I look at it again, and it's not a picture of a man at all. It was a picture of me with a bear pelt on, right? So in my previous lives, I was part of a bear clan, right? Interesting, I thought. So, yeah. That woman I was talking about to that yesterday, that said that was child trafficked at the time she was 4 months old. She is talking, or this is has to do with the Diddy thing. She's one of the witnesses that they're going through right now, right? Many children have been ritualized, satanic ritualized through him and all the people that went to his freak off parties. They weren't freak off parties, they were satanic rituals, right? Because these fuckers are sick. They're also mentally ill. So, yeah, there's more to come. There's part 2 today, but I'm not watching it. I know how sick they can get just because I have a really good imagination. And I've seen a lot in my 61 years. And I've heard a lot of stories, right? I met a girl that was 12 when I was working in a restaurant in Toronto when I was 16. And she was a prostitute. She came in with 2 black eyes and told me her story. I told her to leave the city. I said, why don't you just go away, go start somewhere new? That's what I would do, right? But I guess she was too beaten down. She was too young. And I wasn't able to help her back then because I was going through my own lessons, right? All I could do is give people advice. I can't force them to do anything. If I could, this world would be a lot different, let me tell you, right? It's just the way it is. So, yeah, icky sensations today. But this is part of the dark energy, isn't it? It is. Oh well, we'll pull through this. My ears started ringing louder today, too. And I dreamt all night again, but I don't recall. I did when I first rose, but then it faded away from me. My son's cats, his felines, one of them's got a very upset stomach last night. And today she's been throwing up her cat food and stuff like that around the house. He's not home to clean it up, so guess who's got to do it, right? But that's okay. I don't want her to feel bad. I know she hasn't been feeling well. She's coming in the hallway and laying in the hall looking at me, right? See, my little Shih Tzu, when she was still alive, would not allow them to come into my room for 16 years. Well, they haven't been, cats aren't that old, but she was. And so let's say about 8 years. So they're really hesitant to come in my room, right? And I was just talking to her, telling her it was okay. I'm feeling it too, right? It's just so uncomfortable. I wonder if you're feeling it. It's quiet outside today. Not a lot of movement. I haven't heard the neighbors very much at all. Heard somebody banging out there. That was about it. So yeah. All right. Having a hard time resonating with anything I'm watching on YouTube today. But my soul just gets tired of lies, right? It knows what's going on in the realm, and it is so exhausted. And it's making me feel exhausted too. Plus, the low Schuman doesn't help either. I thought it was going to be high because sometimes when it gets really high, I feel this way too. But nah, it's low today. 8. So yeah. And to my new subscriber, I'm grateful. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my subscribers. I have the most awesome subscribers. I always get positive comments, right? You're all so nice, kind. I appreciate you. I do. I was thinking about going up and looking for a mattress today at a mattress warehouse, but I just don't have it in me. I have no energy at all to spare. So I'm just going to do what I need to do, and that's it. Maybe Monday I'll go look and see, price them and see how much. I know they're expensive, but my mattress is really old. I haven't had a new mattress in, oh my goodness, 15 years. And they don't last that long, right? I'm just getting tired of sleeping in the holes. I am. So yeah. Dig into my money and see what I can afford and what I have to go without to buy one. It's just what you gotta do when you broke ass and on disability. Right? Yeah. All right. Every day, I am stronger than the day before. Every day, I make wise decisions more than the day before. Right? Every day, I'm better than the day before. Okay. That's enough. I love you all to consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.